Thank you, Vic. As police announced the discovery of the remains in Bayard Monday afternoon, State Attorney Angela Corey was also on hand. She spoke about the difficulty that her office will face with this case, comparing it to the case of Casey Anthony. In 2011, Anthony was found not guilty in the death of her daughter, Kaylee. She was found guilty of lying to police. Judge Belvin Perry presided over the high-profile trial in Orlando. Since then, he's left the bench and is now practicing as an attorney. Channel 4's Chris Parento traveled to Orlando today and spoke exclusively to the former judge, and he's joining us now from Bayard. Chris?
One of the biggest things he pointed out is how similar these two cases truly are. Back in the case of Kaylee Anthony, she was last seen in June of 2008. Her remains were found in December of that year. Here in the Lonzie Barton case, he was last seen in July of last year. His remains likely found earlier this week. Both of those a similar 6-month time frame in that period. The former judge says both of those time frames complicate the cases a lot.
It's going to be a very difficult road for the prosecution in this case, and I think the state attorney recognizes that by her comments.
Belvin Perry is now an attorney for Morgan & Morgan in Orlando, but during the Casey Anthony trial, he sat on the bench hearing arguments from both sides. In that case, the medical examiner ruled Kaylee's death was by, quote, undetermined means.
If you have a skeleton and you have a crushed skull, one could opine that the child may have died as a result of blows to the head. But without some physical evidence, you would be totally left to speculate as to what the cause of death would be.
He says that could lead to reasonable doubt from a jury in trial. Some have said that prosecutors in the Anthony case overcharged. Perry says he disagrees, and that shouldn't be a concern in this case.
If you go down to the mid-range, you alleviate, one, any bargaining position that you may have, and two, if there's evidence to support that, then you eliminate that charge without even trying to prove it.
Perry says that as a former judge, he's not sure he would have accepted a possible plea deal like the one sources told us Ebron had worked out Monday afternoon. He says Ebron had much of the power. Corey would not discuss if any bargaining had taken place, but Perry says it's likely that it did.
They were basically getting nowhere. They could not find the body, and the charges that they were looking at were all non-murder related charges. Without them bargaining, simply ask this question: would they have found this body?
Perry spoke very highly of State Attorney Angela Corey and the job that her investigators and her prosecution team has done throughout this entire case. He says they're very thorough, they're very calculated, and he's confident they will do a great job of getting to the bottom of this case. But he also pointed out, just like Corey did on Monday afternoon, that this case could take a long time until there's any finality to it. He mentioned that Casey Anthony's trial didn't take place until the summer of 2011, when Kaylee Anthony's remains were found in December of 2008. Live in Bayard, I'm Chris Parento, Channel 4, the local station.